Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. We've got a Maddie. Hello, Miss Maddie. What's up with you? You don't even know. Okay. What's up with you, Mr. Boo? Whatever's up with Maddie. Okay. Hi, Jane. Oh, so I'm a bit late today because I've been waiting for a phone call back that should have been within half an hour since 2:30, and they're now closed. So there's a vague chance that they'll call me back in the next half an hour, but it's unlikely. But just in case, you know, I will have to answer the phone if it goes off. In fact, I'm going to move it across so that if it does ring, I'll see it on screen. Hopefully it won't record on screen, because it does tend to answer on my... We'll worry about it if it happens. I don't expect them to call me back. Yes, belly rubs for Maddie. So I've got a couple of things to show you today. You will have seen, I'm sure, my unboxing review kind of first look thing of the incredibly exciting Moleskine bullet journal, which is not called a bullet journal, it's called a bullet notebook. And in America, it's called a logbook, presumably for branding reasons. I don't know if there is a bullet notebook in America, but that would explain why it's called something different. Regardless, it was very exciting. I had to get one. They dropped in price, and I thought, well, okay then. Also, for those who haven't seen it, Moleskine have brought out B6 slim size, which is 11 by 18 centimetres. They're called mediums. I don't know if they're available everywhere, but they are available now on the UK store. Apparently, they've been trialling them for a while in Germany, France and Italy. So if you're in Germany, France or Italy, or you've been travelling to those countries, highly unlikely, but you know, you may have... then you might have already seen them. I think they had them in airports and stuff like that, but they have just launched them in the UK. I will show you how I've set mine up and what I'm doing with it later. But first, okay, so classes, first of all, let's get that out of the way. Pretty much same thing as before. The Halloween Chronicles opens in 16 days and I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait for this class. In fact, I'm so excited for this class, I'm actually going to stretch it out to be October, November. We're going to do Povember. I'm very excited. I don't know. I was going to do it just as 4 weeks, but actually thinking about the amount that we're covering, I could actually do it over 8 weeks. I'll think about that. I'll see. Katie's got everything set up now, so you'll all be added to the class very soon. So maybe we could do a poll of everybody who's already in it and say, you know, do you want to get it over and done with in October? Do you want to do it October, November and spread it out? Or do you just want everything at once and work at your own pace? And we'll see what the consensus is, because I don't want it to get in the way of people doing NaNoWriMo. But also... we've got to have something to get us through to Christmas, right? Especially now we seem to have a second wave in the UK. We're back down to gatherings of no more than 6. Yay. I can have a gathering of 6. Me and Lisa just need 4 more friends. Oh dear. Anyway, it's fun. So yeah, that is available. On the website as a whole, there is a 10% discount. If you use CROW, all in capital letters, you can get a discount on RhomanysRealm.org.uk. If you... oh, I haven't put my links on. Hang on. Hold on a second. Oh, we haven't got music today because I'm sorry, Katie, I didn't charge my... That's not true. I did charge my speaker, but I've been using it all morning. Anyway. Yes, if you use CROW, all one word, capital letters, on my website, there's the link to the website. It's also down in the description. You can get 10% off anything in the store. You can also purchase if you are a member on the website, which means you just have to sign up. It's just so that we know who you are and that you're a genuine person, and we don't get any spammers. Rose Pocro. He's called Quoth. He's over there. He's called Quoth the Raven. And he goes, "Caw, caw, caw." He's awesome. You will see him in class. If you are a member on the site, you can also sign up for one of two bundles. Patrons, because obviously you pay monthly, or anybody who pays monthly on the site, there is the option to purchase the Christmas Chronicles and the Halloween Chronicles together and get some money off, but I can't remember how much it is. Was it 15 or 25, Lisa? I can't remember. I think it's 25. I think it's buy one, get one half price. But don't quote me on that, because I honestly can't remember. Katie will know. Ask Katie, okay? She'll know. If you are interested in purchasing When Frogs Sing 2021 all in one go, I know some of you like to have it all in the bank in one go, you can get that. That is 15% off the bundle price, and obviously you also get it cheaper anyway, because if you pay on Patreon, it's $15 a month for 12 months, whereas the members option is cheaper. So you're already getting a cheaper version of When Frogs Sing 2021. It works out about one class free. So there's all that. If you want any more information, ask Katie. She will put any links, any questions, anything you've got. Just ask Katie there on chat, and she will be right with you. She's all up and organised now she's back with us. Did you have a good trip? What else? Halloween Chronicles, Povember, Christmas Chronicles. We are doing the Christmas Chronicles. I just don't know what we're doing yet. I'm leaning towards the Nutcracker, Sugar Plum Fairy type, because it's kind of dark and creepy. But I also want to look for, there's the Red Shoes, which is also a Christmas story, or traditionally comes on at Christmas. And that's really creepy as well. Can't be a bit of Grimm's Fairy Tales or Hans Christian Andersen, but that's the way I'm leaning. Obviously, until Poe is finished and ready, at least from my end, ready for you to get on with, I can't really decide or commit to the Christmas Chronicles just yet exactly what I'm going to do. But I'm leaning towards creepy fairy tales for Christmas, because who doesn't love creepy fairy tales? And, we did Scrooge last year, so. So that's it for announcements. We're also moving into the last week of September, beginning of October is reading week. So if you want to sign up for the last term of When Frogs Sing 2020, which is October, November, December, and this is separate from Christmas Chronicles and Halloween Chronicles and everything else, you can sign up on the website monthly, and that's the link there. Or you can purchase the whole thing on the website. That's the link there. If you want to combine it with something else and get a bit of a discount, talk to Katie. She deals with all the maths. I just sign stuff. She does the numbers. And I go, yep, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. And of course, if you would like to support me on Patreon, you can. You do not have to. Patreon does charge VAT and sales tax and all that these days. They also take off a cut for themselves, so I don't actually get anywhere near as much as you're paying. I think it's only fair to make that clear, because people do tend to think that if they're paying $13, I'm getting $13 from them, and I'm not. That's not how it works at all. Which is why I enabled Super Chat on these live streams, because some people actually prefer to just pay a little bit every week and just get the class separately through the website, and that is awesome. Thank you very much. Let's get on with the fun stuff now. that's the announcements over. So, first off, this is not a paid promotion type thing. However, I am a Jackson's Art affiliate. Jackson's Art is a London-based company in the UK, which is very, very well known for its art supplies. There are 3 main art supply big stores, which is Fred Aldous, Jackson's Art and Kaz Art. Fred's is actually up in Manchester. The other 2 are both, I think Kaz has got a couple of locations, and then Jackson's is down in Manchester, down in London. I am an affiliate with Jackson's, and basically what that means is if you purchase anything using my link, which is down below in the description, you can get 10% off your order, and however much you spend, I get a certain percentage as well. You save money, I get a kickback, and I get to spend money at Jackson's Art. They don't actually give me money, I get a store credit. Now, I've been a Jackson's Art affiliate for, I want to say, well, since before I moved here. So at least 5 years, possibly longer. I have been with Jackson's Art for a very long time. So this is credit that has accrued over, I would say, since 2013-ish. 2013, 2014 maybe. And honestly, oh, thank you, Lisa. Have a coffee. Yes. Oh, coffee. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh, Amber. We'll be here for a while. Yeah, I'd honestly forgotten that I had credit. I don't tend to buy at Jackson's purely because I find for general off-the-shelf stuff, they tend to be a little bit pricey. But if you just want one of something that normally comes in a pack, there's a word for that, but I can never remember what it is. Or if you catch them when they do their sales, which their sales are very good. I've got to say, their sales are like 25, 30, 50% off, sometimes more. If you catch them during a sale, you can save a lot of money. And they've got a points program and all that kind of stuff. I like Jackson's Art. I've never had a problem ordering from them or anything. Never, ever had an issue. And I've been using them for very, very many years. That said, I had to purchase a book for Halloween Chronicles. I didn't have to. I wanted to, so I did. And the only place I could get the portrait version that I wanted was Jackson's Art. So I logged in and I bought the book. And when I went to pay, it said, would you like to use your store credit? And I thought, yeah, I've probably got a £5 or so in there. I can use some of that. And then I nearly swallowed my tongue because I had nearly £220 worth of credit because of you guys. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Both to you guys who've used my 10% off link and also to Jackson's Art, who run a really kick-ass affiliate program, apparently. I didn't even know. Thank you, John. Ooh. Another coffee. I'm going to be like this by the end of the stream. We run on coffee and chocolate here. Yes, over £200 worth of credit. That's right, Meg. I was blown away. And because I'm not I mean, if you're one of my patrons, you saw how long it took me to and ah about whether I was going to spend £150 on a set of Copic markers that I desperately have wanted for years. Yes, they ship international, I think, and if you purchase a certain amount, it's discounted, or it's certainly free in the UK. My entire order cost me £2.50 because they knock a discount off the price, off the postage for however much you spend. But I don't know about international shipping, but they do ship international, yes. Anyway. Oh, I'm so excited. Can you tell? yeah, all the links are down below in the description. If you follow my link where it says get 10% off your first order, use that. Also, it seems to generate an extra couple of points for me if you use it, even if you're not on your first order. They are incredibly fast, yes. They use FedEx. It's like whoosh. I've never had an order with them take longer than 2 days, and that's over a weekend. It's next day shipping, but they don't deliver on Saturday, Sunday. But they're incredibly fast. They're a very, very good company, and their customer service, they're amazing. On the one occasion that I had something turn up, it was actually a tube of watercolour, and it had a hole in it, and I couldn't work out where all this paint was coming from. And then I found out there was a tiny, tiny little hole in one of the watercolours, and I rang them up and I, did the usual. It's got a hole in it and I don't know what to do. Can I fill the hole? Can I have another one? And they had one with me by the next morning. 7 o'clock the next morning, on the doorstep, there was my thing. So I've no complaints about them whatsoever. They are fantastic company. Anyway. Yay, verily, I spent some money. Oh, let's turn them up the right way round. There you go. There's their very posh logo with their very posh packing tape. I'll have to save some of the packing tape, won't I? Spoken like a true junk journaler. Oh, thank you, Pammy. That's 3 coffees. I'm going to be like... Thank you so much for the donation. Well, donation super chat. There you go. Love the fox. He's so cute. Ah, his paintbrush. So adorable. I need to do some custom emoji things, don't I? Emojis. That's the word, not emotis. Yay, verily, I spent 200 quid at Jackson's Art. Now, I'm not good at spending money, amazingly enough. Not when it's my money that I've earned, it comes and goes like water. But it's when it's something like that it's just out of the blue. Oh my God, here we go. I'm kind of reluctant to just splurge. It seems wasteful. So I asked my patrons what to get, and bless them, at least 3 of them said, "You've been complaining about your easel falling apart for years. Fix it. Get a new one." So I did. So all £200 is not in this box. And I can't unbox the easel for you because, 1, I can't do it on my own. I have to get my neighbour to help me from upstairs, and he's not home. It's a huge thing. I've got to work out where I'm going to put it. Then I've got to clear space. Then I've got to get it unboxed. Then I've got to set it up. But I'm hoping that I can do that over the weekend and get it set up so that next week you'll be able to see it. I might even be able to use it. Because it would be nice to be able to put my big sketchbook on it, because the big sketchbook doesn't really fit stably on my desk easel. But what I did do is pull it up on here so you could see what I've got and get all excited with me before the ye olde unboxing. It's called a Watercolor Easel. It's a Jackson's own brand. Now, there is another version of it, which is horrendously expensive. If you've looked at easels, you'll know some of them are £1,000 and more. The style of this easel is called a Florentine, and it's a watercolor easel. The reason it's a watercolor easel is that there's no picture to show you, which is really annoying. But this part here, not only can it, obviously you can change the angle like you normally can on an easel, but this entire thing folds flat at the top. So this whole piece at the top goes that way. Normally they only go a little bit, like 10 to 15 degrees at most. This one folds completely flat, so it becomes almost like a table. Which, now I'm not a pure colorist, watercolorist, so that's not necessarily what I need. However, as a mixed media artist, I think this will be really useful because There's nothing worse than trying to stick things onto something with slightly wet glue and it keeps sliding down and you have to hold it all there while it sticks until it goes tacky. It would be much easier to just have an easel where I can either have it up here straight, writing and painting degrees, and then lie it flat as well. So that's what I went with. This was £130. So I think there's 708. There's £78 worth in this box, and the easel was £132. So the easel I've got at the moment is similar to this, but it's just a Z shape, and because it's only held up on one side with like literally one piece of wood, it keeps falling over. It comes unstuck. It's okay for standing something on, like when it's drying, but this is much more stable. Look at all the ways you can tighten it in different places, and it's even got like proper plastic fastenings and handles on it, as opposed to tiny little butterfly clip hooks, which are... I've got arthritis in my fingers and I've got really stiff joints, and it's a struggle to do up those butterfly clips. So I'm really, really excited to play with this. And it takes a full-size canvas. So this actually goes up to the ceiling, which is 8 feet. The box it came in is bigger than me, and I'm 5'10". So you can imagine it's quite chunky. So I'm very, very, very excited to get that open, but obviously I can't do it on my own and I have to have somewhere to set it up before I do. But hopefully by next week you'll be able to see that. Again, thank you to my subscriber, helper, follower type people who used my link and got me some affiliate credit with Jackson's, and of course to Jackson's. Because technically it's free. Okay, let's get the box open, shall we? I've got to save some of this paper. I'm sorry. This has got a... Oh, it tears nicely too. Look at this lovely craft paper tape. Meg will be going, where'd you get craft paper tape like that? There we go. I'll stick it to my cupboard there for now. And then I can stick it in my journal later. Oh, that's harder than I thought it was going to be. Let's get a pair of scissors. I need to get you all caffeinated for the holidays. Oh God, yeah. Oh. Halloween. Well, October, November, December is my busiest time. Technically September, because September is when I do commissions and stuff for Christmas. And then prepping for Halloween Chronicles. And then November is prepping for Christmas Chronicles, and December is Christmas Chronicles, and prepping for January. This is my busy time of the year. So yes, you've got to get me through to Christmas. So, basically what I did, sorry, did I just whack you with the paper? I didn't mean to do that. Basically what I did was I went down my wish list, because I already had a wish list on Jackson's Art. I was trying to and ah about what I was going to get. Once my patrons decided I should get an easel, it was basically find the easel first and then decide how much I had left. I could have spent all 200 quid on the easel, but that was unnecessary when that one is perfectly good for what I need, and I think it'd be exciting to have an easel that goes in all directions as well. So, plus it's got a nifty little tray on the bottom, which is really useful. Of course, it could end up having a dog bed on it, but c'est la vie. So once I'd put the easel in, I then looked at my wish list, and my wish list, it actually came to, because I'd already purchased the sketchbook, which was about £10, I think, plus postage. It came to £208.78, I think, and I had £209.18 to spend. So I decided that that was divine providence telling me I should just get everything on my wish list. And here it is. So, first on my wish list... Oh, I also bought some of these. I've been wanting to do some Halloween decorations for a while, so I bought some of these. These were like $1.99 or something ridiculous. They barely even count. I actually paid for those. I didn't add them to the thing. I just thought I'd show you because I think they'll be fun to play with. They're cherry wood, apparently. Oh, so the first thing I got was this, which is a brush washer. I currently use a kernel jar. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? One of these? Is this what it's called? A kernel jar? Kernel jar? What's it called? It's something like that anyway. It's well used, as you can tell. But it's so old now that the rubber seal has actually deteriorated and gone hard, so it's no longer waterproof. Which is okay if I'm on my desk, you know, it's quite heavy and chunky and I can't knock it over. So, you know, because it's a big square thing. So it's great for on my desk, but obviously if I want to, see, even when it just splashes, when I just move it, it splashes out of the lid, which is kind of annoying. It's not so bad on my desk because I hardly ever move it, but you can imagine I can't really like carry it about anywhere because it just goes everywhere. It's a preserving jar, yeah, but it's got a special name. Begins with a K. I'm sure it's a kernel jar. Anyway, I probably can get a new seal for it, but I thought what I'd do instead is just use this for when I'm cleaning my pens, because it's nice and solid for when you're putting your pens in. It needs glass, which is good. So I'll give it a good scrub out. And I bought instead one of these, which is a billy can type brush washer. Stainless steel. It's got a little hangy thing so I can use it when I go out and about as well. And it's also handy to have a hanging thing because it means I can get it off the desk if I want to. Kellner jar! Thank you, Lisa. Oh, Lisa is my brain for words. I knew it was something like that. It's a Kellner jar. Thank you. I've got a hook over here on my little 3-tier trolley, so it's really handy that this is not only waterproof or watertight, it's got a handle, it clips down everything, so it'll be a lot better. And inside it has this thing. Now these are technically for oil paints, which is why they're steel. You put your terps in and you use this to scrub your brush. But with using gouache and acrylic, I also find that it tends to get stuck in the brush. So I thought it would be useful to have one of these to be able to clean the brush more easily, and I can take it out as well if I want to and whatever. But primarily because it's watertight, which means it's easy to carry about. Plus it's got a handle, which that one doesn't have. Always handy to have a handle so you can hang it in. You know, if you had a glass one like this, it'd make a really nice tea light thing, wouldn't it? Anyway, so yes, brush washer. I don't have the prices exactly for how much all of this was. Probably should have got that up, shouldn't I? Let me pull up my order on my... That would be useful, wouldn't it? Tell you how much these things are. Let me pull up my order on Jackson's. Sign in. Sign in. There we go. Orders. Sign in. View order. There we go. So, if anybody's interested, the number for the watercolor easel, it's a Jackson's watercolor easel, and it's EJ009. It's £132. And all these prices are VAT included. They do put the VAT at the end, but they're VAT included when they add it up. Okay, so this is Studio Essentials Airtight Brush Washer in steel, 9cm diameter, which is across the top. It's code Alpha Bravo Whiskey Bravo 01, and it was £16.60, which is about $20 in foreign. Also, we have, okay, what's this one? Paints. Oh, and all their packaging is recyclable, recycled, and composty. You have to watch these. The different colours are different things. I think these are the ones that you put in water, and then I think these you put in water and they dissolve. One of them you put in water, one of them you put in the compost, but it's all recyclable. Oh, could just throw that back in there, couldn't I? So I have, oh, these are bigger than I thought they were going to be. Interesting. Hang on to that box because that'll be useful for shipping stuff. If I can ever manage to get to the post office, because my car broke down again. I was so mad, I swore at him when I rang him. I may have said something along the lines of, my effing car, effing battery has effing stopped effing again. Or words to that effect. Okay, so I do use oils, and I want to get into using my oils again, especially now that I've got an easel that stands up properly. I have several colours that I bought, then I use water mixable oils because I'm asthmatic. I can't be around terps and things for long periods of time. Also, because I've got dogs and they get into everything. My car is not Bill. My car is the Beast. It's just a really annoying one. Hi, Pelican. Yeah, I use water mixable oils. I went to the range and they had a massive pile of ones when Winsor & Newton were changing their livery. And they just had huge discontinued lines. They were selling these for like 45p, so I bought every colour I could find. I did not have any neutral tones, so I've purchased raw sienna and burnt sienna. I also wanted burnt umber, but it was out of stock. I already have raw umber. I also purchased titanium white, which is the highlighting white. It's not the one that is mixing. Zinc white is not as opaque. However, just to confuse the matter, sometimes they are both made with titanium white, which is the same pigment, PW3. So just so you're aware. I found that out from the Jelly Gouache, actually, that sometimes it's called titanium zinc white, and that's because it's just thin version. It is fairly normal that my car's broken. I've never had a car that had so many problems with it, and yet it's always the same problem. It's always, I go to start it and it's dead. There is an electrical drain on that car somewhere, and we cannot figure out what it is. We just don't know. Other than that, it's never given me that many problems. You know, it's had a new set of brakes, it's had filters, it's had oil changes, all the usual stuff that you'd expect. It had a new set of tyres, but nothing that would be major that you'd go, oh God, you know, what's wrong with it now? Except for the fact that periodically it just will not start. And it's really annoying because I can leave it for a week and it'll be fine. And then the other day, I went out and it was Saturday, and I always drive at least 20 minutes getting home. Even if I have to take the long route, I always drive at least 20 minutes so that I know the battery's charged. Went out to start it on Monday morning and bloody thing wouldn't start again. I'm like... And not just wouldn't start, but it's completely dead. Like, all the lights came on and everything, but when I turned the engine over, the starter motor kicked in, and then the battery went, nah, not today. So Ant's going to have it again, and it's going back up to Wayne, and Wayne is going to have another look at it and see if he can figure out what the bloody hell is wrong with it. And if he can't, I'm going to sell it with a full MOT. I'm just going to get rid of the damn thing, because it's costing me more than it should now, and it's a bit ridiculous not being able to use it. I mean, I couldn't use it for 4 months during lockdown anyway, and now I've got it back and it passed its MOT with no problem. All it needed was a headlight and a rubber thing, and then a week later, bloody won't start. Oh, anyway, back to exciting things. Hauls. So yeah, raw sienna, burnt sienna, titanium white, proper white. Those are the Winsor & Newton Artisan water mixable oil paints. They're 37ml, which is 1 1/4 fluid ounces in Americanese. And they were on special offer, so they were on 25% off. So I got the 2 browns were £4.08 each, and oh, sorry, all 3 of them were £4.08 each, but they were on offer. I also have, it's probably, yep, it's this one. I bought a big thing of mixing white. I figure it was on special. It's 14 quid on special offer. It's 14 quid. Oh, 14.91. So it's £15, and that was with 25% off. But I figure while it was 25% off, I might as well get the big one, because mixing white you always need. And I do tend to use a lot of white. That's a big tube of white. Again, water mixable oil. Now, water mixable oil, you can use it with linseed and everything else if you want to. You can use it like normal oil. However, I'm allergic to linseed, so I use it with water. So I use it like acrylic, but it behaves like oil. It doesn't dry any faster or anything like that. It's just that you can clean it up with water. And I don't tip the... Same with my like gouache and watercolour. Most of the pigments are non-toxic, so you can like just tip them down the sink. But acrylic, with it having plastic in it, and oil colour, I always tip it down the loo so it goes through the sewerage system, because the sewerage system goes through more cleaning processes. So plus it doesn't get clogged in your sink as well. It's good practice. Yeah, I just tip my water down the loo and wash it away. But don't ever do that with regular oil. You do not ever do that. You have to collect it all up and take it to a proper waste disposal unit. Usually your local bin place, or sometimes garages have options for getting rid of terps and stuff. Print shops and things like that usually have places for it. Anyway, anywhere that does body work on cars usually has turpentine contaminant. So, along with my oils, we're opening exciting stuff, Amber. Along with my oils, I bought a palette knife. Now, I try to avoid palette knives because you know me and wood. I know, right? I struggle with touching raw wood because it just sets my teeth on edge. I don't know why. Even just thinking about it now is setting my teeth on edge. Sorry. It's got to be varnished. If it's not varnished, I'm not using it. And I couldn't tell if they were varnished or not, but I found one that had a rubber silicone thing. So here we are. This is only a small one. I only wanted it for mixing, but I want to get into the habit of mixing with a palette knife instead of waxing with... Have you ever seen a fatberg on the news? I don't know what a fatberg is. I wanted to get into the habit of mixing colours on the palette with a palette knife instead of using my brushes, because that's how you kill your brushes. And because it's a it's a tiny one and it'll be easy to clean because I use it with water mixable oils. I can also use it with my acrylics as well. Has a nice hole in the handle, so I can hook it on or put a loopy loop thingy on it and hang it up, which is what I like to do with my stuff. And that is, again, it's Jackson's own brand. It's got a Jackson's label there. I didn't even see that. It's a rubber grip painting knife, number 27. I don't know what that means. I assume it's something to do with the size of this. It's a number 27. 27 mils, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how they count them, but 27. Round tip. And it was a grand total of £3.20. There were a few that were sets. There was a set with rubber handles that were not Jackson's, but they were really expensive. And the sets, all the other sets had, hey Angie, all the other sets had wooden handles, which I wasn't prepared to buy unless I could tell if it was varnished or not, and I couldn't tell. So comes from the drains when people have emptied fat in the waste. Oh yeah, when they put bacon fat. Yeah, it's gross. Absolutely gross. Anyway. Yes, there is a pack of these on Jackson's as well. And what I'll do is when they come available again, because obviously a lot of things are out of stock at the moment because the entire world shut down for a while. Yeah, £3.20 is a good price for a palette knife. It's nice and soft. It's going to be nice and easy to... I think I could play with putting stuff on canvas as well with this, which would be nice. And if I get on with it okay, then I'll splurge on the set when the set is available. And then I'll be able to use this one for acrylics and I can use the set for my oils. Whew! Okay, so what else did we get? We got one of these. Exciting, right? A freaking specimen jar, right? Freaking specimen jar. There's a reason for this. I did have a pot that I used to use for urban sketching, for when I was using gouache, because if you're using watercolour you can use a water brush, but if you're using gouache you really need water. And unfortunately the one I had, I dropped it and the lid split. So this bit is fine, but there is no lid to it, which is not much use when you need to carry water. This one is watertight, and it is... It's that squishy plastic, so if I do drop it, it should bounce rather than cracking. You can literally see it flexing. So that's what that's for. Also, it's got a flat bottom, which means I can put a flat magnet strip on it and magnetize it to my palette. More on that in a second. Okay, what else did I get? I think this is last two now. I picked up one of these. This is the Handbook Journal. The Handbook Journal Company. It's a watercolour book, 60 acid-free pages. Now, if you look at these on Amazon, they are so expensive. But on Jackson's, it's the large landscape 5.25 by 8.25 inches. And it was only £12.80. Now, these are way more expensive than that on Amazon, which is why I've never purchased one before. But my Moleskine sketchbook is almost full, my Moleskine watercolour sketchbook, which is what I use when I go out and about. And I really wanted to get another one. But the watercolour sketchbooks are 13 quid anyway, so I thought, well, why not spend 13 quid on one of these? It is 60 pages of acid-free watercolour paper. It's called Grand Portrait. Oh, no, it's also available in Grand Portrait, which is 10.5 by 8.25, or Pocket Panorama, which is 3.5 by 8.5, which is, it's really cute. It's like that size, but it's long. which is really interesting size. I've never worked in anything like that. I see a lot of people use it for fashion sketching because it's like that big. It is about the same size as the watercolour Moleskine, and it is about the same price. They are very comparable. In fact, they are exactly the same size as the watercolour Moleskine, and very comparable in price if you buy it from Jackson's. But on Amazon, these are really expensive. I don't know why. Of course, you can buy them from Jackson's on Amazon, but because they ship through Amazon, they're usually out of stock. So this is for my urban sketching. It should be nice. I mean, it's a watercolour notebook. What do you expect? It did get a bit bent. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, nice paper. It's not as dippled as the Moleskine paper. The Moleskine paper is very dented, but it's not completely smooth either. But it is really nice paper, actually. Ooh, I can't wait to play with that. Look at me being naughty, rubbing my hands with my oils all over the... I tell people off for doing that so often. Don't do that with your watercolour paper if you're going to use watercolour on it, because you'll get hand oil all over your paper, and then you'll get patches where your paper won't take the water. Don't do as I do as I tell you. It's got a pretty bookmark. It's this nice linen. It feels really nice, actually. That feels lovely. Speedball. Speedball, aren't they an ink company? Speedball Ink. John? He's the water fountain pen expert. Ooh! Pocket in the back. But it's a plastic pocket, look. Sorry, I'm off camera. I didn't even realise. It's a plastic pocket. So you can put stuff in there. You could have your... Ooh! You could do a thing for your paints, a swatch piece for your paint, and put it in here. £23 including postage. Yeah, twice as much. £12.80 on Jackson's. And they're beautiful. You'd like this, Lisa. You need one of these. Get them while they're cheap. Because they're having a massive sale at the moment. Because they're getting ready to bring in all their Christmas stock. You need one of these, Lisa. You'd love this. That paper's really nice. I can't wait to play with that. Did I say what weight it was? Did it tell me what weight it was? I haven't seen what weight it was. Oh, I can't read that red. That's black writing on red, and I literally cannot read it. But I think, if I remember correctly, it's 200. Because it's about 95 pounds. So it's a little bit thinner than the Moleskine paper, but it is double-sided. You can, it's not got a different texture on each side like Moleskine does. So I'm very excited to play with that, but that's going to be my new urban sketching journal. And the Pistol Resistance. I have to balance that up there because I don't want the dogs to eat the widgety things. So, remember I said about a palette? This is what I'm going to Gurney. This. It's a box. It was a wooden utility box of beechwood, 30.5 centimetres by 15.2 centimetres by 4 centimetres. So it's about 15 inches by 6 inches by 1.5, 2 inches deep. 2 inches, I'm going to say that is. Speedball is an American dip pen company. Yeah, I thought they were something to do with ink. Yeah. So this was £13. And if you've looked at the price of these things anywhere, you'll know that £13 is bloody cheap. I purchased this for a reason. Well, two reasons. One, if I can't do what I want to do with it, I can just use it as a utility box. That's really cute and cool, and I like it. I've been hankering after one ever since I saw Courtney's set up, and I was like, oh, now I want a wooden box. Two, this is finished wood, so it is it's not primed, it's finished on the edges, so it's not like raw wood. It's like the stuff that you paint on. It's like the beech wood that you paint on, so it feels really nice. I could touch this all day, every day. I would never have a problem with it. So I'm happy about that. Jackson's branded, obviously, because it's a Jackson's box, and it's got clippy things and a handle, carry handle, which I thought would be cute. I mean, who doesn't want a cute carry handle box? If all else fails, I can use this as a cute carry handle box, right? Hi, Pam. However, inside, obviously we've got compartments and things. Now, test one. It fits. So, I know. Bear with me. What I want to do, I'm sure most of you are familiar with James Gurney. James Gurney, the god of gouache. God of several things, but god of gouache mostly. And certainly the god of gouache when it comes to plein air sketching. Now, he made an easel for his tripod, which, if you look up DIY tripod easel, James Gurney, you'll find it all over the internet. He's actually got a video on how he made his and everything. Basically, what he did was he took two flat pieces of wood. He made them the size he wanted. He added a screw nut on the back to put his tripod thing in. I'll come to that in a second. And he opens it up like that on his tripod. He puts his book on there like that. It fits. Look at that, it fits. It fits perfectly. I'm so excited. He puts his book in there, on there like that. This was what I was hoping, that it would fit in that box. I'm so stupidly excited by the fact that it fits in the lid. It's like, oh, that means I can do that. And then keep my paints and everything in there as well. Jiminy Cricket. So anyway, I have all the bits required to make this easel. First of all, you need one of these. Now, if you're familiar with tripods, my tripod is over there and I'm not going to go and get it. I would have to crawl over a couple of dogs to reach it. But decent tripods have a little square thing on the top. It's called a detachable plate, okay? And the idea is that you screw that plate onto your camera so that instead of having to screw and unscrew your camera all the time, which causes problems with the camera and can damage the camera, you screw it to the plate and then you put the release plate in and you clip it into place and it holds the camera, and you undo it and out it pops. So the idea is that you put one of these into, and obviously it would have to go, in order for me to put my book there, it would have to go on here, I think. But I'll have to figure out how it's going to go exactly. I've got plenty to play with. You drill a hole and you tighten this into it, and then that lies flush with your wood, and you've got a hole to put your plate on. So this, literally, you unclip it and you mount it on your tripod in a matter of seconds. Okay? I will put a link, after class, I will put a link to James Gurney's video down below so you know what I'm talking about. You can go and watch him and you'll see what I'm talking about. He's far better at explaining what he's doing. So that's the setup. So you set it up onto the clip and you put it onto here. So let me put those back in the bag before I start losing them. Then you need tension clips. Now, obviously these flimsy little hinges, these are great if you're just going to use it as a box. But these flimsy little hinges are not going to hold, if you're taking the weight here, it's not going to hold weight here. And that's what you need. So I purchased some of these, which are torque hinges. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I'll be able to, I might have to recess them into here. I don't know if I can do that, or if I may have to put them on the outside of the box. Does that mean it won't lie flat? I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm going to have to play with it. But the idea is that these torque hinges, you tighten this and it tightens the hinge. So you can make it quite stiff so it's hard to open, which means that when you open it like that, you have to physically open it and then it will hold the weight. Okay? So that's the second thing. And if it doesn't work, I figured I might as well pick this up for 13 quid because I'll use it anyway. And if it doesn't work, I have the option to go and just pick up a couple of pieces of this birch wood that are flat that I can use, right? But the box, there was only one left and I was like, no, I'm going to have it. I'm going to have the box because the box is pretty. I also thought, since it's got dedicated handle, that you could actually clip like a what's it called? A handbag strap, right? So you could actually carry it crossbody if you wanted to, which would be very useful, I think, if you're already carrying a tripod and a camera or a filming camera and everything else. You don't want to be carrying this in your hand as well. So anything I can carry crossbody when I'm out and about is better. So I'm going to try and see if I can figure out, with the help of Papa Gnome, how to turn this into a easel that will work. I don't know if I can do it, but you know, I'm not sure about those hinges now I've looked at them. I might need to get the piano style hinges that go on the outside that kind of open, and they're kind of like that shape and they've got a little hook there and you open them out and you slide the hook and it holds them flat. Yeah, I might have to get some of those to go on here, but you can pick those up vintage on eBay for about a £5, so I'm not worried about anything like that. I can source that kind of thing easily enough. And if not, then I've got a really cute little box and I can decorate the front of my box as well. And I've got a because this is paintable, this is treated, it's ready to use, just like their beach boards for painting. So I could paint with acrylic on this and do a cool design. Win-win, right? But I'm very excited that my book fits in it. I have to say that's really exciting. I'm not sure that my palette is too big to go in there. That would fit there nicely. The other thing you need, of course, is clips. I bought some of these off eBay. These are super cheap, but in order to make sure that your pages don't flip about and all over the place, you know, you clip it on. Oh, I'm not good with things like this, but you can clip your book on like that, you know. Go and watch James Gurney. He's much less thummy than I am at it. You did come in at the exact exciting moment, yeah. I love this kind of stuff. And also, because I got those water brushes the other day and they came with a free palette, I've also got this nifty little thing with a really tiny little palette. And I figure, you know, if all else fails, you could glue that to there. Well, not glue it, but like magnet it to there, right? You could magnet that to there, so you've got somewhere to mix large washes, and when you've finished, you just tip it back in the water, right, and wipe it out. And then this would fit there quite nicely. and you can put your brushes there. Obviously, you still need somewhere to put your paint. However, the paints I use are these. So I could either just clip that to there, or it would actually fit. If I did it that way round, it would actually fit on there that fits quite nicely. I could just put some magnets to hold the tin. I could even put my water on there if I needed to. It's a shame that doesn't fit on there. That would be really cool. But this also fits on my book like that. I quite often just put it on my book like that. And my other tin fits on my book as well. This is my watercolor tin. Usually when I paint outdoors, I do that. I just clip it to that page there. And then I've got my stuff. But actually, I think... Look at that. That actually fits. In fact, if I put it that way, that actually does fit really well. That works great. I'm so excited. That actually works really well because this doesn't lie flat, you see. It lies flat on one side but not on the other. So this actually, that's useful because it stops that dropping down all the time. So I could use watercolours, brush, water. Oh, I'm going to like this. Even like that, to be honest, if you put a strap underneath it, you could hold it. I could hold it like that quite easily and just lean it on something if I wanted to. Only artists can get this excited about a water jar. I know, right? But it's a flat bottom water jar. And we all know how hard it is to find flat bottom water jars, right? Oh, it's got paint on it already. Just managed to get gouache all over it. I'm telling you, that jelly gouache gets everywhere. It's so messy because it's always wet. It never dries. Oh, me and things that never dry. Messy. Messy, messy, messy. I don't understand. In fact, this is a conundrum for me because this is where my brain goes late at night. The jelly gouache. Oh, I've got it all over the inside of my box as well. The jelly gouache, right? It's specifically designed so that when you leave it open like this, it doesn't dry out. And somebody did an experiment to see how long it would take to dry out, and it took months. Months and months and months and months. Okay? So how come when you paint with it, it dries really fast? I need to know this. Because oil paint does this. You know, it's wet. Look. It's totally wet. You wouldn't even need to add water to it. Especially that blue, which is very inky. It gets everywhere. I've just got it all over my hand again now. I'll stop doing that. So if it doesn't dry out in the palette... Not this one, this is a different type of paint. But if it doesn't dry out in the palette, how come it dries when it's on the paper? Normally. I need to know these things, okay? It's my need to know. Anyway, I'm very excited about this. And of course, that will fit in there. Obviously, it'll get a little bit thicker as I use it, but it will still close. I'm going to put better locks on this. So I'm actually going to put bolts so that it can be slightly open if it needs to be. I think that'll be a better idea. Actually, buckles would be a better idea, wouldn't it? If I put some straps with a buckle. Because then it can be slightly open and it doesn't matter. Because as long as nothing's going to fall out. The paper absorbs the moisture, you think? But you can use gouache on a non-absorbent thing and it will still dry. Which means the water is evaporating into the air. So if that's the case, why doesn't it evaporate when it's in the jar? You see what I mean? It's tricksy. It's tricksy. It's tricksy, tricksy. There's got to be something. There's something. Let's see if that works. it would actually close. Look at that. I mean, it wouldn't be very stable. It'd need a lock on it, but it actually closes with my tin and my book in it. Oh, this is going to be fabulous. Obviously, that's not going to fit in, and that's not going to fit in, but they're wet stuff you would put in a bag anyway. I've got some of those little, some of these. In fact, that's the one I use. It's waterproof, so I just chuck all my wet stuff, water and brushes and palettes and stuff in there, and it goes in my backpack. So, the humectant that keeps the paint wet is spread thinly on the paper so it has no effect, like the Sennelier paints. Ha! I know what happened there. Lisa had some before I did, and she went, hang on a minute, how come it dries on the paper and not on the palette? And she went and looked it up. Didn't you, Lisa? Humectant. You looked it up, didn't you? You were like me, you went, how does that work? So the humectant that keeps the paint wet is spread so thinly on the paper it has no effect. Huh. So it's similar to putting a big blob of water in your watercolour. It will take longer to dry out than if you put wet paint on a piece of paper and spread it out. Gotcha. Yes, you looked it up. Exactly. See, this is why we're friends. Because we ask the same banal questions. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. Who's with me? Got a new book to play with, which I'm sure the paper is going to be lovely. I'm a lot more happy to try it out at £12.80 than I am at £24. I'm pretty sure I can turn this into a palette for on the go. And if I can't, I've got a really cool box to put all my stuff in anyway. And I could certainly, at the very least, I could use it on a table and prop it up against something. So I could, in theory, get some of those hinges that are like, it's just a hook and eye, basically a hook and eye that would keep, anything that would keep that straight would do. So, ooh, even something, I mean, these won't fit because they're not big enough, but I've got some super-sized ones of these. Just thinking, if you put that on there, obviously it would have to be bigger. I've got, like I say, I've got jumbo ones. But one of those on either side would hold it flat enough. Because it's not going to take a lot of weight. It's only got to take a bit of water, your paints, and any pressure that you put on it while you're... Ooh! Oh, it's not just rogue ivorying. I'm going to rogue Gurney. Oh, I'll have to look out those big bulldog clips and see if that works. Because that means I wouldn't have to do anything except replace the locks. Those hinges are a bit flimsy. I might replace the hinges as well, just for... Oh, and obviously I've got to drill a hole and put this thing in. But even I can manage that. So I'm very excited about that. There's my box. I've got my oil paints and my palette knife to play with. I've got my brush washer. I don't know why I put it back in the box. What did I put it back in the box for? Oh, I do like this stuff. There you go, that can go in the recycling box. This is good, I like this. You could put a brace across the entire back. Another piece of wood or a sturdy ruler. Yeah, it would stick out though, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't want it to permanently be open. I see what you're saying though. Ooh, now. Yes. There is a slight difference in the two thicknesses. There's like a minimal... There's a minimal change in that of like 5mm. Yeah, there's about a 5mm difference. Maybe 3mm difference between that and that. So yeah, I see what you mean. Could I put something on here like that would just swing round like that on either side? Or a piano hinge, yes. A long piano hinge along there would work really well. Although I do find with piano hinges, the wire tends to slip out after a while and you end up forever pushing small bits of wire back in. I don't think my torque hinges are going to work the way I wanted them to, but it's the first time I've ever seen them in this country. Yeah, if I put that in there, it's going to be too big. I think what I might do is send these to my dad, send him James Gurney's video and say, Dad, can you make me one of these? I might do that, actually. Dad. He's going a bit stir crazy being stuck at home. He's doing his paper round again. But either way, this is quite a nice little box. So, put that in the recycling as well. Yeah, I might send that to my dad, because James Gurney made a piece for his car that clips on the you can take the photo release plate off and then you've just got the hole, and he's got another thing that's like a wooden half yoke thing. It's like the old wooden yokes that you used to see on oxen. And he clips it onto that hole, and then it hooks onto his steering wheel for when he's working in the car. I wouldn't mind one of those, actually. So I might send all the bits to my dad. He's probably already got the wood. And say, here you go, here's a nice little project for you. Because that's the kind of thing he would love doing. I don't know why my phone's telling me it's bedtime. Weird. Oh, put wax on either end of the wire. Keeps it stuck but doesn't stop it from being removed. Ah, clever. Huh. Yeah. Never thought of that. Yeah, I might send all the bits to my dad and get him to make one, and then I get to keep my box as it is. But anyway. I don't think these fit. I don't think this would fit. No, that wouldn't fit. It's too big. So the 200mm tubes don't fit, but I'm pretty sure these will. Oh yeah, easily with room to spare. So you could put them in like that and have your 6 tubes in different colours, or even if you had the smaller tubes, you could fit quite a few in there. So if I want to take my gouache in the tubes from my Arteza gouache in the tubes, I can do that too. I'm so excited. So yeah, that's my little haul for any of you who weren't here at the beginning of the video. My easel that I purchased. Oh. Is that one. I don't have it out of the box yet because I can't unpack it on my own, and if I did unpack it, I've got nowhere to put it yet. But basically, what's different about this, apart from having a wooden shelf there, which is unusual, and the shelf folds as well. So when you fold this in, that folds up, which is really handy. And as well as having a shelf, it's also got this part, rather than just folding backwards, it actually folds completely flat. So it can you can have it at any angle from there to vertical, and even forward. I don't know why you'd want it forward, but you can if you needed to. Which means, obviously for a mixed media artist, that's really useful, because if you're writing, you want to be sort of down here. If you're painting with acrylic, you want to be about here. If you're painting with oil, you want to be up here. And if you're painting with watercolour, you want to be down there. So it's as versatile as it can possibly be for somebody who does mixed media art. I'm really, really excited. But like I say, I don't have anywhere to set it up, and I can't get it out of the box on my own. So you have to be patient for that one. But it does mean that I'm going to get my studio sorted finally, so that I can put my thing up. I haven't got that much more to do. It's mostly just clearing that side of the room, which is what it usually is. But yeah, so that's all of that. Let me put this. Let me put these in here so that they don't accidentally fall on the floor and end up being chewed by puppies, because that could happen. I'll put them there, and then I'll put them away with my other oils later. Okay, there's that. I've also got, I think I showed you these already. These are, again, soft wood, fruit wood discs that you can turn into decorations, and I wanted to do some Halloween decorations for my Halloween tree. So these I'm going to have to sand before I can touch them, but I've done that before, it's fine. I just wear rubber gloves and I sand them down, and then they're nice and smooth, and I paint them with gesso, clear gesso or matte medium, before I start painting on them, and then I don't have a problem touching the wood. Much excite. So let me show you my bullet journal, where I'm up to with it. I did a video the other day on this Moleskine bullet journal, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. This is the actual bullet journal created by Moleskine. It's actually called a bullet notebook for branding reasons, I'm sure, but it's actually bullet journal style. So it's got, at the beginning, it's got your personal data sheets and travel things like the diaries. It's got page contents. It's got 150 numbered dot grid pages, and I checked the paper, because a lot of people were saying, oh, it's like the Evernote paper then, it's thicker paper. It's actually thicker than the Evernote paper. So if you're used to the Evernote notebook, this is actually slightly thicker. But it's not as thick as the sketchbook paper. But it is really nice paper. Oh, I need to pin that into my book somewhere. It needs to go on my important info page. Oh, does it need to go on the front? No, it could go on the back there. I'll just stick it there. It's the instructions for my headphones, how to reset them, because I keep forgetting how to do it. So let's stick that on there like that. I'm sure by the time I finish this journal, I'll have worked out how to do it properly. So I've put this page where it sticks together on the back of the pen test page. Look, it's got a dedicated pen test page. In here I've got addresses, so I've just stuck them on like where people send addresses, and they've got a little sticky on their envelope. That's Risha's and Steph. Steph's got a post-it note because she hasn't sent me anything with her name and address on yet. All the information in here is work numbers and stuff, so there's no personal information in the front that I'm showing. The contents pages, 5 pages of 30 lines, which is exactly enough to have 1 line per page. Whoops. I should have known that was going to happen. Craft lunch! Craft lunch! Craft lunch! There we go. On the last page, I've got important information because I can't ever see me using 4 pages for contents because I don't use a contents page, and I am very, very happy that Moleskine put page contents, not index. Contents. Contents at the front, index at the back. Anyway. Oh, you made those stickers, did you? They're cute. It's got a little fox on it. I like it. I cut it off your envelope and stuck it because I was too lazy to copy it over. Which I'm assuming is why you got the stickers made in the first place, because you were too lazy to keep writing on your name on the back. So page 1, I did a forward planning thing purely because I don't set up loads of pages in advance. The reason I don't set up loads of pages in advance is because I can't stick to one notebook for more than a month. I'm always flipping in and out of different notebooks, so I never set up all my dailies and weeklies and this, that and the other in advance, and I don't really use that format of bullet journal anyway. I'm quite purist when it comes to my bullet journal, but I do have the calendars and just upcoming dates, so that this is stuff that will go into my monthly calendars when I do them. I could have set up the 4 monthly calendars at the front, but it kind of annoys me when I'm way back here and I have to keep flipping back here to find my monthly. I'd rather have my monthly in the middle. So, yeah, important stuff. So I've got things, by important information, I've got like my dentist's number. I need to put my optician's number because I've got to go in there next week. I've got my Maddie's meds stuff on there, that kind of thing. Really important information. Forward planning, but only to December. I don't think this book will last me more than 4 months. If it does, I'll be very surprised. But you saw how fast I went through my Moleskine Expanded. So I don't think, I write a lot, so I don't think this will last me past Christmas. But 4 months is long enough to know if I like this book, and if I do, then I might transfer to this one permanently. I like this book so far. My September, I tested it with some ink stamps. I used the archival ink from Ranger. So it's the black stays-on style ink, and if you hold it up to the light you can see it, but otherwise it doesn't show through. So I was pretty impressed with that, because usually ink on this paper right the way through, several pages, but nothing on here. I've set it up exactly the same as I've set up my previous one. So I've got my days and dates down the middle. On the left, I've got my Patreon videos, and I write in what we're doing, what type of video it is, and the reference number. And then as we do it, I write in what we've done. So this is a record of what we've done, not what we're planning to do, because things get changed. This is my astrology stuff. So all of these boxes are sign changes, so sun going into Libra, new moon in Virgo, etc. These are squares and oppositions. These are trines and sextiles and conjunctions. And this is the Rider has a whole page just for this, and it's meant to be for logging things, but I use it primarily for appointments. And also for stuff like, I've got the bins and recycling, so I know which is which. Stinky and Pooey are due for a bath that week. I've got stars. I've just put in, just because it's hard to read across, so I've put stars for when I've got classes and I've got other readings and stuff going in. my Urban Sketchers dates, YouTube I put in. If I do Twitch, I'll put that in as well. I want to get back to Twitch, but I can't do it on Fridays. I might have to swap it to a different day. I might have to do Tuesdays. I don't want to do Tuesdays, but I might have to. You keep writing your last name wrong. Yeah, I do too. Oh, and then this is tasks, but this is not monthly tasks or anything like that. This is stuff that either I need to know about. So like I've got all my discount codes and what we've currently got available, which there's nothing secret here. It's all stuff I told you at the top of the session. Basic things that I need to do to just keep in mind. I need to set up the Halloween Chronicles, need to set up the Christmas Chronicles. One is urgent, one is not so urgent. What are we doing for Christmas Chronicles? Trello payments due in September. Book of Shadows journals, what pages and stuff we're using, and all that kind of stuff. You don't want me to do Tuesdays either because that's when you stream. I know, I need to do Fridays, but Friday afternoon is a really annoying time. Yeah, so this is just general stuff and also anything I pass to Katie. So it's like a delegation list and stuff to bear in mind. My dailies. I don't use the whole must have a new page for a day. I have a new page for each section or each different thing that I'm doing, but I'm not doing a day for a page because it just wastes space. I've got Tuesday to Wednesday on here and I've still got space for Thursday and Friday. There's absolutely no reason to put all of that on one page at a time. I would prefer to do a page at a time of journaling or notes or whatever, and then put this stuff. You also stream on Fridays. Well, I don't have any other day to stream, so because I'm not streaming Mondays. Mondays is my day off. So I'm just using a basic format. So I've got the date. I use English day/month format and then day. Somehow I switched back to squares rather than dots. I don't know how that happened because I was using dots quite happily, and then suddenly when I started doing this it turned back into squares. So squares are to-dos, arrows means it's not done on that day, it's moving forward. Circles is appointments or things that are happening, and stars means this is important, you need to do this. You get a lot of stars on Saturdays because Saturday afternoon is when I tend to go through my list for the day and say, is there anything I haven't finished for this week that really needs to be done before I can take Sunday, Monday off. And then this column, I needed somewhere to put notes, but I didn't want to start a new page. So I thought, well, I'll do the 3 columns because that's all I really need. And then I can put notes in this column. So we'll see. I might fit Thursday, Friday in here, or I might do 3 columns on this page and just continue with this for notes. Is literally just basic notes that are extra to this, but that don't need a page of their own. Then we got the Halloween Chronicles set up. I got some washi tape out because by this time I was like, do I want it to just be black and white? I mean, I like black and white, but meh. So, washi tape for Halloween Chronicles. This is the actual class that I'm laying out in here. This is my list of stuff to do. This is my tick checklist. And then I'm also going to do notes as I go for each, because I've got to start doing notes and bringing them across. I've already done rough notes, but I need to put my actual script notes into here. Raven washi tape because it's cool. And then that's it. That's all that's in here at the moment, but it will fill up fast, I can assure you. There you go, that's it. So it looks exactly like all my other bullet journals. I have pulled out my Moleskine stickers. Oh, this was a new one. Right, okay. So, you know I love my planner stickers. Adore my planner stickers. You know I do. But I thought, well, hang on a minute. Is there some way of using these? Because quite often I don't use these simply because there's no room. So like, car. Here's my car stuff. There's no room there to put a sticker. Because I use 3 columns. I mean, I could use 2 columns and then I'd have room for a sticker. But it seems wasteful to use 2 columns instead of 3 just so I can use a sticker. So instead what I did, I put the sticker at the bottom of the column. So when I'm flicking through, right, bear with me, when I'm flicking through, I get to this page and I go, oh, that's got stuff about meds and stuff about the car in this column. Right? Come on, that's genius. Come on. I thought would be a really cool way of doing it, to just be able to flick through and go, okay, what's all this jumble? Is there anything in this that's important? Without having to highlight it. Oh, there's a car note here. So car. Oh, car dead again. Here we go again. And because it just says car dead again, that immediately tells me that there's notes here, which there is. Meds. Oh, meds. What's that about? Oh, prescription due. I'm due a delivery for my meds. So I have to make sure I'm in because I have to sign for it. Right? I thought that would be a really cool idea. Because then I can do really important stuff. So like when my doctor gets back to me about my blood test, I can put a little thing down here. Oh, there's a thing in here for health, isn't there? I'm running out of stickers. Everybody needs to send me their Moleskine stickers they don't use, okay? You'll have to send me your Moleskine stickers. Nobody uses these stickers but me. You have to send them to me. There we go. There's the Red Cross. These are the old ones. These are the new ones. I like these. These look outdated now. These look more modern, I guess. The new graphics look more modern. Plus, they've got a lot of social media stuff in it as well, which they didn't have in these. So, anyway. I've got a black sheet somewhere as well, but I don't know where it is. I've got a black sheet with letters on that I could use. All right, see you later, Katie. I'm about to wrap up now anyway. So I've got my Moleskine stickers. I've got my yellow highlighter stickers. Like for stuff that's super important, I use a yellow highlighter sticker. I've got my little doggy stickers. So I've got my Stinky and Poo Poo need a bath. And then this one, I can't remember where I got this one. It was a free printable from somewhere. It's got meds with hearts on, and it's got meds with paws on, which I thought was really good because I use the ones with hearts on for health, and then the puppy ones, the paw ones I use for the dogs. So that's really handy actually. I just printed those out on sticker paper and cut them up when I need them. And I've also got my ghost post-it notes somewhere. There they are. I like these things. I use ordinary post-it notes as well, but I like these because these are see-through. And the awesome thing about these being see-through, of course, is that if you're using lined or grid or dot paper, you can write on them straight. Which I really like. I'm sorry, but I do. I can write straight anyway, and I still like them. So that's going to go in my thing at the back. Oh, also, I forgot to say, there's also, I didn't know this until I went digging around. Oh, I made on the back of here, this tells you how to make a corner clip for your book. So I made one, and it's kind of cool. It's not great, but it's useful. So I might cut those up and stick them in the back there, just for handiness. I've stuck all my post-its and stuff on here. These were just ones I was using earlier. I've got I use these a lot as well. These are just a random set of stickers that I got from somewhere. I don't even know where I got them from, but they're handy and they're black and white, and I like black and white. Those need to go in there. And then I've got a set of, where the hell are they? This should be in here. What did I do with them? I don't need to put those in there. Hemingway didn't use a damn Moleskine anyway, so I don't... He used a book that looked like a Moleskine, and they stole the design when they no longer made those books anymore. He didn't actually use Moleskines, okay. I've got my cute little paper clips, which I'll start using. They're handy for... Oh, I've stuck one on here. I can show you that. They came with stickers that have... Okay, where did I put those stickers? Where did they go? They should be in my book. Why aren't they in my book? They probably ended up on the floor. Looks like Miss Maddie dropped them on the floor somewhere. They're not in here. Yeah, they came with a set of stickers in 4 different tones of pink. Four really ugly tones of pink. But they came with handy little tabs and little squares and big squares and strips, and they all fit in the little dots, or they fit the big dots, or it... Well, even if I could find them, I couldn't show you because I coloured them in black because I hate pink. I mean, why couldn't they have had, like, highlighter colours? I could have dealt with pink for that. You know, pink, green, orange, yellow. Okay, that's highlighter colours. But 4 shades of pink. Why? So I used a Sharpie and I coloured them in all black. All of them. And it worked really well, look. I had to do 2 coats. I had to do 1 coat, leave it to dry, and then go back over it again afterwards because it went streaky the first time. But 2 coats is more than enough to get it to cover properly. I might even go over one of them with like gold or silver or something. That would be quite nice. I know, pink. I don't mind pink as part of a set. You know, I use my highlighter strips. I don't know where they've gone either. Oh, there they are. I use these, you know, I've no problem with using these. They're highlighter strips, so of course you're going to have a pink one. That's totally okay. But I don't want 4 different colours of pink. Especially for a bullet journal. And it's illogical anyway to me because, you know, okay, gender norms, whatever. But honestly, how many businessmen are going to use a bullet journal with pink stickers? Most men are not going to go for a set of pink stickers, so that's completely pointless. And there's a lot of women who don't like pink. I'm one of them. I wish I could find my stickers now. What have I done with them? So yeah, I think all 4 colours of pink was a bit of a silly choice. I think, you know, it would have made more sense if they'd done them the same colour as the stickers. You know, they make these stickers in all different colours. They've got like blue and orange and black and red and grey and green and all sorts now. Why not make them in those colours? to match everything else. That would have made sense to me, but oh, now why is this getting stuck now? Oh, because of that. Okay, let's put that in there then, and then it won't get stuck. There we go. I'm looking for my stickers now because I don't know where they are. Where's my stickers? Oh, they're there. Maddie's got them. Maddie had my stickers. You had my stickers. There we go. So, yeah, I covered them over with a Sharpie because they were really nasty pink. They weren't even like interesting pink. They were salmon and coral and pale and pastel. So, bit of Sharpie fixed that. You can kind of see the sort of pink underneath, sort of. But yeah, we've got these triangular ones, arrow type ones. We've got the tabs that you fold in half. Got the big squares, and then we've got the strips that are for like underlining and stuff. Yeah, so it's quite a nice set of stickers. I will definitely use them now that they're black. And I literally just coloured over it with a Sharpie. Do I have my... I'm curious to see if I can go over it now with a gold Sharpie, or if it'll lift the black. Because alcohol markers, they lift each other. Ugh. Hold on. I'm going to move that out of the way so I can get to my silver stuff. Sharpie! Hold that thought! There we go. Woo! I might need to move that one a bit closer. I've got to tidy my desk up again as well. I've got a whole pile of crap now. Look. I've got to tidy all this up. Anyway. Yeah, I was not best pleased that they were pink. Let's see. Can we colour these in? Let's try one of these. Will it cover over in gold? It would have coloured, the gold would have coloured the pink. I should have tried silver over the pastel pink and then gold over the lighter pink and then done the darker pinks black. But to be honest, it's alcohol marker, so you could probably use any colour. That's lifting the black. So you can see the lovely pale pink underneath. Yeah, I should have done it before I did the black. Without doing the black, rather. But they are plastic. Look! Look! Pale pink. Pale pink. Why, God, why? Oh, yeah. There we go. That would have been much better to have coloured them gold or silver the first time instead of doing it over black. It does go a bit streaky. You have to kind of dot it on initially so that it spreads out properly, and then you leave it to dry and you do a second coat later and it works fine. But yeah, I could have done gold and silver. It's not quite dry yet, but it's like gouache. You have to be really careful not to lift the colour underneath. But yeah, you could have. It would have been quite swish, actually. I've even got a rose gold that would have looked really nice. I'll remember that for next time. I'm perfectly happy with black, but the metallics would have been nice, you know. Don't very often get metallics, do you? I also can't find my By Bun stickers, which is really annoying because I've got a beautiful... I've got the tarot set and I've got the beautiful wolf one that I want to put on the front of here. I can't find it. I don't know where they've gone. Halloween pen is out. It's a bit worse for wear. Look what's happened to my Halloween pen, Amber. Amber won't be this. Well, a couple of years ago now, I think. You can't refill them though, which is annoying. But it's special because it's got Jack Skellington. Yes, I'm a child, okay? Yes, I'm a child. Whoa. It's my Halloween pen. It's September, which means it's basically Halloween, so I have to use my Halloween pen. And then when it's not Halloween anymore, we swap to the Christmas pen, which is this one, which Miss Vicky B gave me. It's my Christmas pen. I wish this would go back down. It's kind of annoying. Which is also the same kind of pen. Yes, I'm a child. Oh, craft lunch. I think I just knocked my tub of sticky notes and things over now. Right. I think I've run out of things now. Unless I start playing with books and stuff. September is October Eve. Or as my friend said around the end of August, it's the end of August, so it's basically September, which is pretty much October, which is Halloween. And that's why she had her Halloween decorations up. I haven't got mine up yet. I'm in the middle of putting mine up. Or I'd show you. I haven't finished putting them up yet. The tree's up, I haven't finished decorating. Anyway. Let's put these in the back of my thing so I don't lose them again. And I'm going to stop there and go and do some more Poe stuff. Ready for my class? I'm so excited. Come and join me. Halloween. Halloween! Yes! It's not September, it's Halloween. You're a genius. I love that. It's not September, it's Halloween. Yes. You got a trial Japanese lesson at 10 AM tomorrow. Oh, cool. Sounds fun. All right then. I'm going to stop there. Thanks for joining me, guys. Hopefully next week you will get to see my new easel in action. I hope. I really want to get it set up this weekend. And since the car's not going to start, that means I'm just going to be stuck at home all weekend again. So I really got no excuse. But you know me. Halloween. It's good, isn't it? Halloween. Alright, thanks for joining me, guys. Check down below in the description for the Poe class, links, descriptions, etc. It's all down there. And Jackson's Art, of course, not the sponsor of the video at all, but they did give me affiliate stuff, so that's what the unboxing was. And I will remember to add James Gurney's link to his DIY easel, so if you guys are clear as mud on what I'm talking about, you can go and watch his video, which is like 3 minutes long or something ridiculous. It shows you exactly how his easel works, and it's so much more clear than I was explaining it. Okay. See you again next week. Bye.